This is Stage Left Planet, and I'm your host, Warrior Wimbush, and today's episode it's the second episode, and it is, should you let them upgrade you? Should you let them upgrade you? The casualization of plastic surgery is social engineering for the singularity. Plastic surgery was introduced as a way to help those born with birth defects as well as those who had incurred injury. This was a noble reason to do so. Noble reason to introduce plastic surgery. Plastic surgery was then extended to cosmetic beauty enhancement, which became a slippery slope. Although it is serious surgery, it is treated casually, and many of the procedures being formed are necessary that are being formed and being performed. Being created and performed are unnecessary and aren't beneficial to one's health. Plastic surgery has begun to further be used for altering one's body to remove healthy body parts, as well as to implant permanent extensions such as horns and tails. It's gone beyond breast implants and Brazilian butt lifts. These horns and tails are implanted and other parts are implanted to make one look like a beast or trans-species being, such as a minotaur, and this, which really has built from fantasy, play, role-playing, but especially in the virtual world, such as metaverse and augmented reality. Now, this is dangerous because people have died from these cosmetic procedures. They have died and suffered disfigurement as well as serious health complications due to the performance of the surgeries. People such as Jackie O. Pete Burns, Lisa Rinna, and some even say Michael Jackson, right? Oh, excuse me. Some even say Michael Jackson, And it is not a giant leap that the casualization of plastic surgery will be used to transition mankind into the singularity in its many forms. The singularity is presented as a way for mankind to not be rendered obsolete by technologies such as artificial intelligence. The singularity has already began to be presented as a form of assistive technology with those, for those with disability, such as the robots in the Dawn Cafe in Japan. There are waitress and waiter robots in the Dawn Cafe in Japan. They help those who are bedridden and severe, are disabled to the point that they can't work a regular job, to be able to do so via operating those robots. Now I think that is wonderful. I think it is wonderful. However, I am seeing a pattern repeating itself, which leads me to ask, will mankind use plastic surgery to embed technology within itself to transform into what they perceive to be that which ranges from better versions of themselves to RoboCop and Iron Man type entities to trans-species creatures, etc. Will mankind follow trends promoted to them by the world and its prince, its ruler, Satan? Will mankind become the electric sheep that Philip K. Dick did not predict? Will mankind become this electric merchandise that bears Satan's signature, that bears Satan's logo? God said through Peter in 2 Peter chapter 2. Do not let those false prophets and false teachers make merchandise of you. And in this world, not just in the clergy or in the religious world, but in the secular world, there are false teachers, false preachers that will promote ideas to you to exploit you for their own benefit. So please beware and please be careful, okay? Do you need the upgrade? God created us in His own image, and likeness. This is in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. When God created mankind in His creation, He saw that it was very good. That is in Genesis chapter 1, verse 31. And God knew us before He formed us in the womb. That's in Jeremiah chapter 1, verses 4 through 5. You don't need to be upgraded by Satan. All Satan knows is downgrades. Seeking his own will and desire to be like God, worship of Him, and to have worship of Himself. To have worship of Himself. Dominion over this earth, which God gave to Adam. Satan has downgraded himself. The third of the angels that fell with him and mankind and all of creation. Satan can only download you. Can only downgrade you. Degrade and downgrade you. You do not need the upgrade. This is Stage Left Planet. I'm your host, Warita Wimbush. Focus on God.